Hello everyone, this is coadb.com, or the Coat of Arms database, and today we are very briefly going to discuss 10 different coats of arms in the fox family. But before we get started, we wanted to let you know that we offer genealogy and ancestral research services. Please visit the link in our description. We are typically able to trace your family's ancestry back several hundred years and determine whether or not your ancestors owned an authentic coat of arms. The first fox coat of arms to discuss is blazoned as follows: Ermine on a chevron azure, 3 foxes' heads erased or. Crest on a chapeau azure turned up ermine, a fox sejant or. And this was associated with Little Eppleton in County Durham, England. And the only thing I could find for this was a Reverend G.T. Fox, who was the owner of Eppleton Old Hall, as well as one T.C. Thompson, Esquire, who was associated with that area. Next we have essentially the same coat of arms, but with some supporters. Dexter, a fox argent, gorged with a collar gobony gules, and of the first thereon 3 roses, of the second, and holding in the mouth a rose slipped and leaved proper. Sinister, a fox argent, gorged as the Dexter, chained or. We know this coat of arms was that of Henry Fox, the first Baron Holland. He was the son of Sir Stephen Fox of Farley, Wiltshire. He was Secretary at War and later a leader in the House of Commons. He was granted the title Baron Holland in 1763 for helping get the Treaty of Paris approved. Next is argent, a chevron sable between 3 cock's gules on a chief azure, a fox current or. Crest, a lion sejant garden or, supporting with the Dexter foot a book gold. This was associated with the Missenden area of Buckinghamshire in England. The family descended from Henry Fox, born around the year 1521, of Great Missenden, who married a daughter of the Hawes or Hayes family. They had a son named William who had several children, including Henry, John, Sarah, and Anne. And here we see a little pedigree chart for the family from an old book. Next is argent, a chevron sable between, okay, that's not right. We're going to skip that. The blazon is incorrect, but the arms is correct. And it belonged to John Fox of Ropley, I believe. I'm not sure on that, but that's my best guess at the moment. Next is or, a chevron gules between 3 foxes' heads erased azure, crest, a fox passant azure. This was granted to Henry Fox of Yulgreve, County Derbyshire, England, a gentleman, on June 18th, 1664. Argent, a chevron between 3 foxes' heads erased gules, crest, a fox passant gules. This was associated with Hereford and Leicestershire and Ludlow in County Salop, England. The family descended from George Fox of Market Bosworth, who had a son named John and a grandson named Nicholas Fox. Next is azure, a pelican in her piety or vulned proper. Now, the author of the source here has the arms being borne by Edward Fox, but I believe it was Richard Fox who lived earlier. He was the Bishop of Bath and Wells, and of Durham, and of Winchester. And he was also a counselor to Kings Henry the 7th and 8th. Here we see an oil painting of Richard Fox. Next is azure, a pelican or piety or, vuln proper, a border or. Now I believe this was the one for Edward Fox, who lived a little bit later and was Bishop of Hereford and played an important part in the divorce of King Henry VIII from Catherine of Aragon. Argent, a lion rampant and in chief, 2 Dexter, hands cooped at the wrist, gules, crest, an arm embowed in armor, holding a sword all proper. Now this is the arms of an Irish sept. I'm not going to pronounce the name, but it's on the screen. And the name was anglicized to Fox, and this coat of arms was associated with a family living in Kilkersie, County Tipperary, Ireland. And lastly, for the purposes of this video, there are a lot more, but this is the last one to talk about. Azure, a scepter and bend between 2 regal crowns and in chief or. Crest, a scepter between 2 wings. This was associated with Fox Hall, County Longford, and was in the funeral entry of Sir Patrick Fox, Knight of Moyvor in County Westmeath, who died in the year 1616 and descended from the Irish sept we mentioned on the previous page. If you enjoyed this video and would like to learn who your ancestors were and whether or not they owned a coat of arms, please visit us at the link in the description. We also offer merchandise such as t-shirts, mugs, posters, and canvas prints, as well as over 30,000 digital high-resolution JPEG coats of arms for $13.99 each. coadb.com. Thank you very much.